There's always a narrative that people expect you to have. Number one, to demystify what Christianity really is, what society has put out Christianity to be, and also for people who want to look into the faith. Because I feel like even if you're not saved, you can watch.
Hey, people are going through it in this life. And life is very hard. Whether you're a believer, an unbeliever, whether you care for Jesus or not. And so I feel like it's important to have that person. It's not about control. It's not about like just wanting to know. It's if there's a gap, like I as a friend should be able to identify it and meet you where you need me to meet you. Like it's about me being able to show up for you more than it is about me knowing. Because I can know what you're doing, but then I'm still not able to identify like what you need from me.
Yeah, the grace that keeps finding us every step of the way, because it is a journey of grace. Yeah, basically, that's why we're here.
Hi, I'm Wachuka.
And hi, I'm Abbie Kimani, and welcome to the Anashemedize podcast. So yeah, we are here. Wait, before I start, I think, it's part of the conversation, just so you know. I have a question. Like, it's a icebreaker, I promise. Yeah. Which song has been ministering to you this week?
Favor, God's will or your.
Nice. You, Lion of Judah by Mrs. and Mr. M, Revelation, and Suminsola and Yinka. So yeah, anyways, guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm Abbie. I am a daughter of the Lord. I'm a daughter of the Lord. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter to my parents. Yeah, this is basically about me. I think more we shall know as we go along. But as of now, all you need to know is I'm not a robot. I'm a human being. I'm a daughter. I am a daughter. I love the Lord. I love the Lord so much. I serve in whatever capacity I serve. Yeah, in any and all capacities. I think that's basically who I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am Wachuka. Some know me as Maureen, but I'm going as Wachuka for this. I'm just a Jesus girl. There's nothing like I don't want to bring in no accolades, nothing. I'm just a little girl sold out to Christ and everything He has me doing in this season. And yeah, as Abbie said, you'll get to know more about us as we go. We'll be sharing a lot of personal experiences in our journey. And so, yeah. So why we're here, I'd say for me personally, I'm just here out of obedience. If you know me or if you've known me in my past life, if I could put it that way, I love being hidden. I like being in the background. I don't like the camera. I don't like to be seen. But this is a season where God is launching me forth and saying it's time to come out of hiding. And so I'm here out of instruction because the Lord asked me to be. If it was up to me, I would not be. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the journey because we never really know what God is trying to do in our lives until we trust Him and just take the leap of faith. So yeah, why are you here?
I think it's the same. It's still a lot of obedience. Also, I think it's for a long time, every time you look at how Christianity is portrayed, is this perfect thing that once you become a Christian, there's a perfect perspective that people expect you to be. Also, fun fact, I'm a pastor's kid. I'm the biggest supporter of my parents. Let me tell you, hey, my parents will comment. Yeah. But also growing up as a pastor's kid, there's always a narrative that people expect you to have. Like, as a pastor's child, I'm at some point nashanga, nimi nimeitwa kama pastor man wazazi wangu. Why are you judging me by my parents? So there's that there's a perfectionism narrative that people expect Christianity to have, that you find, let's say, people can't talk about their hard days because they're like, Christianity is supposed to be, there's a certain way that, you're now a Jesus person. there's a way that people expect, and that's a reality because there's a way that we need to represent Christ. But I feel like there's never that room for you to actually say that today I'm actually struggling with my faith. That today I just don't feel like praying anymore. And I'm just like, God, I want to go back into the world, but I'm just here because I cannot go back. I feel like there needs to be that room. And I feel like it's that space. Why we're here is to create that space for people to know that sometimes imagine it's okay to struggle with your faith. Just don't give up. When scripture says that he who has saved you and called you is able to keep you blameless until the day of redemption, it doesn't mean that the journey will be easy. It just means that he's able to keep you even in those days, because I feel like every one of us experiences those days. It's just that why don't we talk about them? Why is it always a narrative of the narrative of that I've even forgotten. But that one, like you need to be like this, you need to do this. Like it's not every day you're on fire for Jesus. We struggle to keep that fire alive.
Yeah.
But it's just that space for people to see that, number one, to demystify what Christianity really is, what society has put out Christianity to be, and also for people who want to look into the faith. Because I don't want to say it's a Christian-based podcast, because I feel like even if you're not saved, you can watch and it will help you understand what exactly you're getting yourself into. Because I feel like we were never told. And there's always not, like, of course, hakuna your total preparation of what you're throwing yourself into. I feel like, unaona, when you talk to people who are not born again and they tell you why they're not getting born again, you're like, but it's not yeah. So I feel like it's that giving people a space where they can come and understand the highs and lows of our daily walk with God, because it is a daily walk. Our struggles, the wins, the grace that keeps finding us every step of the way, because it is a journey of grace. Yeah. Basically, that's why we're here. In case you did not know. Yeah.
So I guess that also technically covers like the purpose of the podcast and what we're hoping for people to get out of it. So yeah, I think we're gonna like go into a more chill conversation now, which is about us and our friendship and how we
I don't
to
like
be.
this conversation. But hey,
Yeah, so Abbie, like tell us, where did the journey begin?
I feel like people are gonna judge me after this conversation. But not because, like, not in a bad way. It's not because, wacha nijitetee before nianze conversation. I don't technically remember, but apparently, according to my POV of our first encounter, it's not her POV. So in case Moshangai, what is going on me? Yeah. Anyways, I think the first and kuna ile like sana naweza sema jina ya mtoto ama tutasensa. So when you're coming with your nephew or your son, nephew stroke son, I think those, you're like just tukipitana church or in the lounge room, just saying hi. Yes. I think there was a time we were planning a retreat, a team building, which never happened, but it's fine. We were planning a team building, and so we're supposed to gift Apostle and Prophetess. So whatever I wanted, like it was a sentimental gift, but that needed their photos. So you're the only person who could ask for photos. So I think that was, the day that we actually spoke, according to my knowledge. And then now after that, so when you sent the photos, that has zilipotea. But anyways, then my profile picture was, I was wearing a Celtics jersey. So that is that is where the conversation started, was, why are you wearing a Celtics jersey? So in my head, ilikuwa imenihit ni profile picture. So I'm wondering, nimevaa jersey, hata sikuwa nakumbuka nimevaa jersey ya Celtics. I was like, oh yeah. And then, from there, I started talking.
Okay. Well,
What's your POV?
everything you've said is true, but I feel like you've missed out on like our first actual encounter. That was, it was very telling, I think, of not anyway. So
Because you've never told me this story.
it's not a story. We both lived through it. Like it's an
But I
experience that
asked
we
you,
both
never
had.
answered me. I was like,
Because
"Kwani
you
which
should
is-"
remember. Anyway, it's fine. I said we're not. Yeah, okay. So
Eh-heh.
yeah, so obviously, yeah, we used to pass each other a lot because you were in hospitality at church and I was always with my nephew's son, but he's just my son. We don't call him my nephew's son. They're all my children. So yeah, I have 3 kids. They're not mine biologically, but they are mine. So take that as you, yeah. So my youngest son, he was a few months at the time. We were in Nakuru for preparation for Gen Z Loves Jesus, and Apostle had to go and
I remember.
Apostle had to was having a meeting with like the pastors and everything. And then when we got to the church, my son had a blowout diaper. So there was literally poop all over his back. And everyone had already gone in because like then the formalities had to continue. So I was by myself. And then it just so happened that Abbie was near the car. And I was like, look, it's not pretty, but you're going to have to help. And so, yeah, so I had you hold him up while I cleaned up the space so I could clean him up and then get him ready and everything. And so, yeah, that was our very first, I think I'd say, encounter. And like for me, I walked away with a very different perspective of you because I was like, I don't think many people would be willing to do that. Like he was full of poop and you like you were so willing to just like hold him and like you didn't care if you're going to get poop on you and everything because you guys were there like to film social media and everything. So, yeah.
Yes.
And then you asked for the photos and you were wearing a Celtics jersey, which to this day you supposed to get rid of, but we'll get there one day. Yeah, fun fact, I'm a Laker fan, so Celtics, absolutely not. Like the rivalry has been there for years, for decades, and it continues in this friendship. She doesn't even care about basketball, so I don't understand why she still keeps the jersey, even though she knows how it makes me feel. So yeah, but anyway, so that's
Was
how we met, and
okay. I remember. Now I remember.
yeah,
I don't.
it wasn't significant enough to you.
Oh my days. So I told you now you guys will judge me after this. No, so actually it wasn't significant. Yeah, tuseme tu sikuwa nakumbuka. Like I even don't remember significant things. The problem is not the significance. Yeah, but that was last year, January. Yeah, now we know. We know the first encounter. Yeah, so how's the journey been?
I think it's been interesting to say the least. I think I'll let you go first.
Okay, we start with
Yeah.
your culture shock number 1. Like, okay, so for context, so that you understand what I'm saying, culture shock. Number 1, we are 2 different people. Okay, we have a few similarities, but it's like 1 in 100. So we're very different people from different worlds, like completely different worlds. Yeah, that's what I'm asking about, like culture shock, because yeah, me, I was shocked. Yeah, I was shocked.
Talk us through
No,
that.
tuanze tu na leo asubuhi.
Okay.
So, what was I doing? So I was supposed to put the rice in a dish and put it in the fridge. And then, so where the cabinet is nikitoa, I can just put it on the floor. And then so that I remove the other one. I put it on the floor. She was like, "You've put the dish on the floor."
No, there's counter space, like right above.
But now, the cabinet iko chini. Sasa niamke, I was just like, imagine it's not that big. So I had to wash the dishes again, just to rinse them so that they can go back to the cabinet.
Yeah, because they were clean and then you put them on a dirty surface. Not that the house is not clean, but it's the floor. Like there's counter space above. Like right where the floor is. Like just there. There's counter space.
Yeah, ebu mniambie guys, am I the problem? Because I'm like, imagine, it's not that I even put it na hii side ya mali chakula inaekwa niliekelea. You see with this glass, I just put it like this. It's like, you've put the dish on the floor.
Yeah, but from that point, it'll go on the counter space. It'll go into the fridge. On that same surface will be a plate that will be used to have a meal. That plate will be held. Like there's so many, if you think about the journey that the dirt from under that dish is going to go through until the day the dish
for a
is
few
clean.
seconds, just saying.
Nah. And then after that, you place it on top of the kitchen towel. which it needs to be cleaned, but we'll get there when we get back home.
Yeah.
So that, how is that a culture shock? That's just like a
Because I'm like,
cleanliness
it's never that deep, honestly. I'm like, if I had put it kama kulikuwa na matope niekelea hapo yenyewe there, makes sense. But it was just like a normal. But it's okay. What was your culture shock?
Actually, yeah, just piggybacking off of that, there was a time you had come over and then, she's always at my house, which always welcome. But there's a time you'd come to my house and you're in your slides and are very dusty. And then the next day you wanted to wear them. And then you were like, oh, I'll just shower in them. And I was like, yeah, so I had to be like, no, go and clean them at the balcony. And then, because what do you mean you're going to shower in the slides that were on the streets of Nairobi? Like, there's provision to clean them outside in the dusty, just accepting area. Not in the shower, but
nijitete sasa. Imagine, number one, I think, like si zote zinaoshwa na maji, no? And by the time nioge, nimaliza kuvaa nguo, zitakuwa zimekauka. Like I was like, number one, like it's just entering the shower, and as I shower, they're getting cleaned.
But there's a balcony where you can clean them. And like,
let's just say, we're coming. You see what I'm saying? We're from two different worlds. I'm like, imagine that is not a big deal, but apparently it is. We are dirtifying the bathroom.
Yeah, the shower. Like the shower is supposed to be the cleanest part of the house. No? Like,
noted.
Okay, maybe the kitchen, but still, no, like, you just can't shower in slides that were walking in the streets. Like, it's just...
On that.
Am I too much? Because...
Chanombe culture shocking in it. So, there is... You see the way you can be outside. Like, let's say these are our outside clothes. When you get into the house, according to Wachuka, you're not supposed to sit on the seat with your outside clothes. And also there's ngo umevaa kwa kiti. You're not supposed to enter bed with them. Like there's sleepwear, there's loungewear, there's outside clothes. Yeah, you cannot sit on her seat with your outside clothes. You cannot enter the bed with it. Like hata kama umeshinda kwa nyumba, umevaa dera, you cannot enter with it in bed. Apparently you're dirtifying the bed. Explain to me.
Hey, it's not like... I feel like that's dramatic. Okay, it's not, because...
Am I being dramatic, really?
It's true, because, like, think about it this way. You were in an Uber, right? You don't know all the people who've been in that Uber and where they were coming from, where they were seated before. And then you walk in the house in those clothes and then sit on the bed. Like, I'm sorry. Absolutely. Like, outside clothes are outside clothes. Like... No, but nowadays I've been very kind. Like, I allow you the clothes you stay with on the couch to get in bed with him because you stay on your side of the bed. So at least I'm warming up to the idea that not everyone can live, in that way. But the outside clothes one is, yeah, absolutely not. Like, you can't just walk out of here and then go sit on my bed. Like, that's beef. Like, we'll fight. Maybe not physically, but I feel like it makes sense. Like, what part of that doesn't make sense to you?
Hiyo nilisikia na wewe in my 20 plus years, hata watu kwa set wameshtuka wanashanga. Yeah, that one I have had with you. Yeah.
Well, my sister lives the same way, so it's an us thing, I guess.
It's the same as a family thing. And like, I was so shocked because remember at that time we had that conversation in Connect and it was so funny because all of us are like, ungetwada tukitaka Connect, all of us seated in one, and like, oh. So hata vali umefika kwa nyumba ukiwa umechoka, the way you are, you just fall on your bed and sleep. You're like in the mornings when you start figuring out, oh, by the way, nilala na jeans. So yeah, culture.
I don't know. But I feel like we've made all of them about like cleanliness. I feel like...
But I think that's the biggest culture shock, no?
So I'm just clean and you're maybe not. Like, is that the point?
No,
like...
yours is obsessive. I'm like, I'm very clean and neat. But ingine nakaa nasema, hey, like yako ni you overthink the cleanliness part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because umefikiriaje jani ya dish na watu kwa Uber. I'm like, can we just like live in the like dish imetoka hapo ikaenda kwa fridge. What is going, like, why are you thinking about the dish?
Because you have to, I don't know, I just feel like I honestly think it's normal.
No, it's not. I promise you, it's not.
Because like it's the same way when we came to set, right? Allow me to disclose, right? You're in socks, I'm in shoes. I was like, oh, maybe I should like remove my shoes and be in socks. Then I was like, no, but I just stepped on that surface in my shoes. So why would I then wear my socks and step on the same surface? Like it's not.
Checking out first.
Yeah, so like I don't know. It's not overthinking. It's just
you overthink it.
No, but I stepped outside in these shoes, and I've stepped on them here now, and then I stepped in my socks.
Fanya hivi, mtuambia kwa comment between me and her, who like which category are you? Because okay, kama you're worse than I am, please be clean. But I think because I'm like, I don't think everyone is like that. Actually, me, I've never had anyone who's like that. You are like the first person. I'm like, all of us were,
See, and I'm showing you a whole new life. Like life could be this good.
Noted.
Talking about showing each other a new life, I tried Uji Power a few weeks ago, and it was so... Why you laugh?
You have tried a lot of things courtesy of me.
No, like you had really hyped it, and it was definitely worth the hype. Like,
remember you even ate smocha for the first time?
Oh yeah, was it 2-3 weeks ago? I've had smoky pasua, but I'd never had smocha. So yeah, like
if I tell you her age and she's never had smocha, but
okay, let me explain.
Yeah,
my mother in street food, never. And then I don't know why she keeps like making it seem I've lived in Australia for almost 8 years. So obviously we don't have smocha in Australia. And then when I came back, like my priority is not to eat smocha, like you get. So it just became a more real possibility. And then also recently I moved out, and my area, if you walk for less than 400 meters, you'll pass like 4 smoky people. So yeah, now it's like in my face, but it never was. So yeah. So it's not
you still had it once, the time we had smocha.
No, I had on Friday after the Kesha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you see, I'm trying. It's 2 in... How many smochas do you want me to eat in a week?
I used to take smocha every day for lunch.
Okay, that's unhealthy.
It's not unhealthy. It's proper food. It's protein, kachumbaris, you and your according to you. Oh, another thing. Hey, our food palettes are different. Explain to me how someone enjoys salad as a whole meal.
Yeah, salads are amazing. For context, I've previously been vegan, and there's a time I was vegan for like 2 years, and I got to learn like how diverse plants and vegetables that we can consume are. And yeah, so
no,
I genuinely enjoy salads. Like they're actually enjoyable.
What's your favorite food?
I don't know, actually.
Because I actually thought about it once.
Yeah.
I was like, hata nikauliza hata mrs jibu. Kwa sababu, the things you enjoy, I'm like, that is not food. I'm like, wow.
I enjoy everything. I feel like I do. You're the one who's a picky eater.
But I eat real foods. Okay, not real. I eat... I'm not a picky eater.
And Indomie.
I don't eat Indomie.
Yeah, you delivered for 2 months. Like, let's be real.
No, the Lord has delivered me from Indomie. Until yesterday, someone decided to cook me Indomie. But I used to eat Indomie every day. Like, it was my default food because I just don't like cooking. Then, this year, the Lord delivered me. Like, I have not eaten Indomie since the year started. Hey, Netco March. Yeah, I'm going to buy myself Cinnabon because of that. Because it's not... najua kuna ile... Mine genuinely needed deliverance. It was not an addiction. That one was a stronghold in my life. I'm being serious. Najua kuna ile unasema, I'm addicted to this. Mine was not an addiction. Like, it was a stronghold. Like, I can have food in the house, but I'll still go buy Indomie and cook Indomie. I'm like, yeah. But I have not cooked Indomie for 2 months. Yeah. Tuko mwezi ya 3. So I'm still hoping to go strong. Yeah, msiniombe nianguke tafadhali, please.
Why would they?
Sio wajisema aje, naambianga tukisema sasa ndio utaanguka vizuri. Hiyo jambo linafanya na skari. As soon as
tell
I
us
said,
about how you've been quitting sugar the past I don't know how many years.
no, as soon as I said I'm quitting sugar,
Mhm.
all my friends turned on me. They're like ningepatikana mint with. Sasa tunaacha kunywa sukari. I'm like, guys, like, can you give me grace? So, but we're still, tuseme ni kaa tu Mungu alichoka na mimi ikifika hapo kwa sukari. We're still on that journey. But I try kukunywa chai dofia. Yeah, let's just say sugar kidogo. I need more deliverance on that. But yeah, I was delivered. Indomie was the stronghold. Kwa sugar, we are trying. We're reducing.
What was the first thing you had yesterday evening after fasting?
At cafe cake.
Yeah. Just
So that's what I'm saying. Is a journey. But mara mwisho uliniona nimekunywa chai ya sukari ni lini?
chai ya sukari is not sugar is not just in the one you put in tea.
But siku hizi tumekuwa tukifast guys. Na after fasting nakula food. Siku hizi nakulanga fruits. Maembe iko na sukari.
Actually, yeah, you're trying. But the fast ends tomorrow, so we'll see how we go after tomorrow.
Yeah, tuseme tu, I will try my best. I'll try my best.
Yeah. No, me, I'm still back on the pallets thing because you cannot eat like an adult. Like you have the palate of a 5-year-old American child. Like chips, smokies, sausage. We had that what was it, a bento box at Village Market at Roro's? And you were
No, honestly. No, that one I have trauma with that food.
take us through that.
Hey, let's just say the first time I had Chinese food, the dry food, I got so sick. And I was just like, yeah, it's not for me. So it's not that I'm very skeptical about trying out new food. Like I wouldn't go to a restaurant and order something I've never ordered before. Like, funny enough, my default food is chips and chicken wings. Like everywhere I will go, like to the point I think hata tukiendanga meetings nulizonga, Abbie tu lazima order chipo. I'm like, imagine, like you can never go wrong with chips.
But there's so much more.
So now if you order that one, I'll eat your food and then I'll see if it's nice. Then next time I will order that one. You see?
Yeah, but like we went to Tokyo.
I'm trying to
You didn't like the soup. You didn't like the sushi. You didn't like you tolerated your noodles.
No,
you didn't even want to try my rice because of trauma.
No, for the rice part, honestly, if you're taking me out for Chinese food, I promise you, I'm not taking rice.
That of here is not
With-
Chinese.
Whatever. Like ilikuwa nikashu nasema mbona hiyo mchele wenu tu nakaa fani staki. No, but funny enough, it's not I didn't like the Tokyo food. I actually liked the noodles. It's because they were too fat. I was like, alafu ilikuwa moto sana ikuwa inateremka.
It's true. Do you want the thick noodles?
Well, we move on. No, we're talking about my food choices.
You're the one who brought up my palate. So
I'm just saying that's a culture shock because, yeah, where are we enjoying salads? So let's say we are, like we're going to a restaurant and you're ordering food. She'll check, does it have proteins? Does it have vegetables? And what's the carb? You know what I mean? The calorie. Like she'll check the ingredients, which is more than the other. Imagine. I'm like, guy, what's order tu chakula tukule? Me in my head, I'm just like, I want this because it looks nice, it tastes nice. It has more proteins than carbs. It has, I'm like, girl, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like, I think, yeah, it comes with growing up, maybe. Like it gets to a certain place in life where you recognize what your body needs more of. And I feel like you live on carbohydrates only. Carbohydrates and sugar.
Sugar is a part of carbohydrates, no?
No, the sugar, because yours is not just, like it's,
And so, like,
okay, I'm not a health conscious person. But here and there, I like get health checks and everything. And I have nutrient deficiencies. And I'm very, like I'm conscious about what I'm eating and I have nutrient deficiencies. So now when I look at her and the life she lives and the way she eats, I'm just like, girl, like, yeah. So I'm trying to teach her to be an adult. I think we can say that. Because like you had, her palate is chips and wings. So palate of a 5-year-old, right? Yeah. So I don't know, maybe one day, like progressively, like now you agree to eat vegetables at the house. She refuses. I'm like, do you want veg as well? She's like, no. And it's there and it's good. And it's not that it tastes bad. So you see, like it's intentionality, I think.
Next. Yeah, my food choices. Wait. Honestly, I don't mind my food choices. Like, I think the thing is, I know, like, I have health knowledge. Like, I know what is right and wrong. And I can tell, oh, if I'm eating this, it's not gonna go good with me. But yeah, I still just did it,
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
No, it's fine. Like there's no condemnation for those in Christ Jesus. Don't worry about it.
You're judging me.
It's just like you're growing older now, you have to be more conscious about your decisions.
I'm still a baby.
No.
I'm a baby. I still depend on my mother for survival. Like me, I'm still a baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like we need to be serious though. Like outside of the fun and the vibes.
I'm not thinking a culture shock.
Okay.
No, like not the serious part of the culture shock.
Okay. Serious. Okay.
Apparently Nimi's going serious, but I try my best. I'm just a jovial kid. Let me just say. I think when it comes to apart from, I think a culture shock was the intentionality in the friendship. I think I'm those people of, imagine us, it's like we move. Hey, like, I feel like you're very, like, the level of intentionality was shocking. Because, acha nikwambie, this is gonna sound so, kuna time, we're saying ati, karibu niseme, we're preparing you for marriage. Nasikianga ni kama I'm in a marriage. Because, like, I have to, like, if you want to know where I am, ask Maureen. Because she will have an update of, but then, so, like, hakuna gaps in between my day. Like, between this gap and this gap, kwani ulikuwa umeenda? So, I think that, just like, we talk, we move. When it's like, oh yeah, so my dad did this, I went there. Like, there's that storytelling of, but then Cornelia in there, I'm like, wow, okay. So I think, yeah, that was very shocking at first. I was like, oh, yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting though, because it reminds me of that time after Apostolic and Prophetic, we were with Faraja at dinner. And we were like, yeah, like if you everything was like your world was crashing down and it's 2 a.m, you have someone you would call. And I feel like that's a very important question because people are going through it in this life. And life is very hard, whether you're a believer, an unbeliever, whether you care for Jesus or not. And so I feel like it's important to have that person. It doesn't need to be 10. Because I feel like with friendship, a lot of people want to have everyone. Like you want to have 10 people in your circle. You want to have like, for vibes and all of that. But then when like life hits the wall, you're by yourself. So then you don't have like you have friends, but do you have friends? And so like I think for me personally, I've always been intentional. Like me, I give everything 110%, whether it's friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's work, whether it's school, whatever it may be. Why are you laughing?
I can need to be serious. So why are you laughing? Just a friends relationship. I'm like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so to me, it's normal to to check on each other that much because I'm like, if any, like for me also, your parents don't live close by.
Yeah.
So I usually, I don't feel responsible for you, but in a sense, I do because I'm like, if something were to happen to you, I should know. Like I should be able to be the person if they call and they were like, where was she? I can help like track you down. right?
Because
I feel like I would be answerable to your parents in a sense. Not because they've like, I've actually never even met your parents, but we're changing that. So we said we're going to road trip to Mala. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway.
Christine, you have guests very soon.
Oh, no, you're my father. Abbie.
No, but okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, so for me, it's not about control. It's not about like just wanting to know. It's if there's a gap, like I as a friend should be able to identify it and meet you where you need me to meet you. Like it's about me being able to show up for you more than it is about me knowing. Because I can know what you're doing, but then I'm still not able to identify like what you need from me on this particular day. Like there's times when you're not okay and I will know. And you won't have told me, but I'll know and I'll ask you. I may not ask you that night, but I'll ask you the next and I'll be like, what was going on last night? And so like I feel like you have to be in like, I don't know. You don't have to be like you can be whatever you want to be. But yeah, so I don't know. Like
I don't think it's a problem.
yeah.
Just saying, like, I think that was shocking. Because, there's intentionality. And then there's like, yeah, that's level 100 intentionality. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the times that can't give us one can go, like, I feel like I'm in a marriage, guys. Because I'm like, even yesterday, Ninja, I'm leaning. I was having a conversation with alikuwa njoo tu mnakuanga pamoja. I'm like, kama hata tuko pamoja, I promise you will think we're together because I know what she's doing. She knows what I'm doing. Yeah.
And I think it's also important for accountability. Like you tell me today I'm working on this, and then I'll call you that evening and you're like, nah, I just watch series all day. So now in that moment I can keep you accountable and be like, you have to make time for this. And that's where like the intent, because it's not just like friendship is not just about vibes, in my opinion. Like I feel like you have to be able to help each other be better in one way or the other. Not that you're better than the other person or they are better than you, but like, isn't that the whole point? I don't know. Maybe I just overthink everything. Yeah, to be fair, I am an overthinker. I overthink every and anything. But yeah, so like in such situations, if I didn't know that she was planning to work on a training module today, right? And then in the evening, I don't ask her about it and it just never gets done. No one is keeping her accountable. But if I do,
I will work on it today.
So
I will work on it today. No need for you to throw me under the bus. I will work on it today.
Yeah. I also feel like purpose in friendship is important because I believe there's a time where both of us were separately like seeking the Lord about like, is this it? Like, is this just about like having fun and trying out new restaurants and traveling around and all of that? So I think I'll have you, I feel like I've been speaking a lot, so I'll have you, yeah, just talking to what that like shift was like for you from coming from a place of, okay, it's not just let's have a good time to there's more. And yeah.
So as you have seen, I'm not serious, but I just like having a good time. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm those Christians who, we are all very serious. Like me, even in church, Akimi as a checker, you think I'm not being serious. Like even in serious situations, I usually laugh. I'm just a jovial kid. So yeah, But I don't think I was consciously thinking about what's the purpose of the friendship. But then I remember, so I think for context, tukitaja. We both attend Joint City Chapel. So when we are referring to Apostle and Prophetess, is Apostle Damon and Prophetess Grace Shunet, okay? So by the time I moved churches, so number one moving churches was, probably talk about it later and hopefully not. So then Isha heal. But it was an instruction, and you see the way like when Abraham was told, leave your father, your mother, your home and move. That is how I felt at that moment. Because I was in a space where I had been there my whole life. And so like funny enough, my whole life, I'm a very social person. I can talk to everyone and anyone. But I rarely let people in. So for me, my friends were my friends from church because we have known each other our whole lives. We have celebrated all our birthdays together. We have done all these things together. Yeah. Like nile tulikuwa hadi na kuna moja tulikuwa na ngoto tulikuwa tunafanana. Like it was that deep. So these are the only people I have, and I don't know how to make friends. Mi usiponiongelesha sitakuongelesha. So in case mwisho feel I'm being rude, I just don't know how to start a conversation. If you don't start the conversation, I promise you we are not gonna talk. So now moving churches was really, really hard for me. And then even the transition. Yeah, I had a lot of things, and yeah, let's just say that. And so I think I had reached a place where I think last year I was telling God, I'm tired of trusting the wrong people. Like I just, oh, I just want a friend. And then I think it's when I started learning about covenant friendships. I told God, I just want like a person who I know is for me. Like here, keeping on guessing. I'm like, and then after 2 months, I'm going back crying. I'm like, God, like, hurt me. God, so did. I was like, God, I want. And I don't think, you see those, like I had prayed and then I moved on with my life. So I don't think I realized until there's a day I think you had asked, so what's the purpose of a friendship? I was like, ha. I was like, hey, I'm like, what? Because serious. I'm like, guys, sit down, move on. So I think that's when I actually went and sat down. God reminded me that you had actually prayed about it. I was like, oh, so I actually didn't realize when the answer came. I was just moving on with my life. I'd be like, yeah. So I think, so I don't think in my head I had ever conceptualized you can be friends. So mi niko si tuna vibe tunaongea tu tunapiga story and then we move on with life. I'm like, I was a person. I'm like, hey, what do you be? What's the purpose? I don't know. Like, So I think then is when now I started intentionally praying and asking God, like, so what's the purpose of this friendship? So like me, I've just been vibing the whole time. Like, yeah, vibe, we move on. Like, oh, so this actually, yeah.
That's cute.
Is that cute?
Because I feel like you've never actually told me that part of you praying
Oh, yeah.
intentionally for like a specific type of friend and everything. And I think for me, no, I wouldn't say it's a similar journey because I've had friends everywhere, like through different schools. I've moved around a lot in terms of schools and then being abroad and all of that. So I've picked up friends through my life. But then like now when I was in Australia, I had like now my sisters. Like these are the ones for like, don't touch my girl, like I will beat you up if you like had them type of thing. Okay, not beat you up. Okay, no, actually maybe, yeah. I'm not violent, but for the right people, I can be. But anyway, so
It's violence.
good to know. Good to know. Yeah. But so we were like the people who I met from day one in Australia, like the first week of me being there, and we vibed. We're all from different countries in Africa, and so obviously we're able to bond based off of the fact that like culture and all of those things. And then yeah, we genuinely just had similar interests. Like we'd travel around the country together, we'd do a lot of things together. Like we're just on the same wavelength. And then I actually started my journey of taking Jesus seriously because I grew up in a Christian home. So technically, like Jesus was always there, but like I don't know that I was ever actually intentionally seeking. Like I think for the longest time it was religion and not actually relationship. And so a couple years back now, I started now seeking relationship with Jesus. And around that time is when now he called me into isolation. And that was a very interesting time because like there's people in my life who he just started shedding slowly because of like always being around because I haven't just studied in Australia. I've had friends like in other countries and everything. Like so there's people who I was in long distance friendships with and everything. And a lot of them like slowly just started to drift away and everything. But I remember like when I was going through that season, I was like, okay, I'm in the land of Australia. Like these are my girls. Like they're the only people I know. And like if you take them away, like now I'm like by myself type of thing. Not that it was an issue because technically I landed in that land like at 21, knowing nobody, and I thrived. So like I could still thrive and be okay. But
No, I'm saying you can guess the age. No, because if someone was really keen from the beginning,
okay, so why would you now like pronounce it and make it like you just want people to know how old we are? Is that what this is about? Because we can just tell them.
No,
like, I'm
let's
not
move
ashamed.
on.
I don't look my age, so I'm not bothered. Like
I'm bothered by my age. Let's continue.
okay. But yeah, so long story short, through that season of isolation, God was like, yeah, you have to walk away. And it wasn't like a cute walk away. It was like cut off all communication and just disappear. And that was hard. And obviously, over time, he did show me spiritually, like the reasons why they couldn't walk that journey with me. And also, I needed to be in isolation. So, like, the whole point of isolation is to be away from, and everything. And so now, after that, because that my period of isolation lasted a very long time. And I also was in Aussie. So, like, it's not like I had family around me and everything. Not that I was lonely, honestly. I love being by myself. Like, actually, I love myself. So, yeah. But, yeah, so I got used to life without friends. Like, it's just me. And then I talked to family and everything. But then I do remember a time when I came back to Nairobi, which I was here to visit and I'm still visiting. It's been almost 1.5 years, but story for another day. Stop.
I'm just like,
But yeah, so I don't know that I actively prayed for a specific kind of friendship, but I remember a time being like, okay, God, but like I literally don't have friends. Like the only people I hang out with is my brother, my sister, and my brother-in-law and their children. Like literally, if I'm doing anything, it's with them. And so yeah, and then along the way, she came around, and like as she's mentioned, we've both intentionally sought the Lord about like what this is about. And I think the main thing that the Lord definitely told both of us is this is a covenant friendship. And with that comes assignment, with that comes, greater purpose. This is one of the like first things that we could say, like this is the first assignment, which is the podcast together. And yeah, there's so much more that maybe you'll get to learn as we go along the journey and everything. But yeah, I don't know. How do you feel though now knowing that it's not just like having a good time?
I think there's pressure.
Okay.
Number one, because I don't want to say, look, there's safety in knowing like it won't, that like it's a long-term thing. So there's safety in that. But there's also pressure in like, okay, yeah, like this has to work. So I feel like it's a double-sided coin. It's like there's that safety of like, well, at least this one, like, I think I have experienced, I won't say at I'm the perfect person. I feel like I've also betrayed people. But there's kuna kwanga na hiyo, especially for me, because apparently I have been told last week that I'm very naive.
You are.
Now you see, okay, it's not even you alone, because I figured there are some friendships that I had been warned about. And then after being warned about them, I just continued. I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna. And then 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I can't even go back to the person who warned me because I'm like, what? And hata ningeachana tu na yeye hiyo time. But also because, and I'm very easily trusting. Like I'm very easily, I won't be, like me, I tend to see the good in people, like if from the word good. But before, acha kama tumekosana ama we don't talk, there's a valid reason for it. Like me, I will give you 100 chances before winini. But then also, so because of that, I tend to not confide in many people, but I tend to bring people close very fast. So napatanga, like tunaweza ongea na wewe wiki tatu, after 3 weeks we're best of friends. I promise you will be best of friends. I'll be calling you every day, we'll be talking, we'll be texting every time. So there's always that. So let's say when we drift, I'm like, wow. And so for me, I've always felt like, not I've always, but I started feel, I think now after moving churches and then all of my friendships there, we drifted. And it wasn't that we tulikosana or anything, like we just drifted. It gave me the realization of friendships are seasonal. So because of that, I just don't trust to be in a friendship. I'm like, I'm here for vibes with everyone. Because I'm like, yeah, if these are people I have known for 20 years and they're like my ride or die, like, guys, it doesn't matter. Like, there are people who I know they have the best interest of heart towards me. I'm like, if that friendship could end, wewe tumejuana na wewe jana. So because of that, I always had a fear when it came to friendship. Like me, I will genuinely love everyone, will walk with everyone. But in my mind, I'm like, this thing shall end one day. Because I'm like, this one for 20 years ended. But then I can't see hilo, acha tu niwaambie ukweli. I feel like, yeah, because I think there was always a nini of, these are people I have known. When you were kids, you're like, oh, we're gonna grow all together. all these things. I'm like, yeah. So in my mind, I was like, we're gonna go through all seasons of life together. So I'm like, yeah, if this could end, I was just like vibes with all friendships. It's like, yeah. So now, knowing that this one, like God has spoken of it, is like, yeah, this is a covenant thing. There's that safety knowing that this is God ordained, number one. Not that those ones were not good. Believe me, they were, because I don't think I would have survived my childhood without those friends. I'm literally, I usually look back, I'm like, I'm a product of my friends. Because even the hardcore Abigail that you see is because the way my friends, they need me. Yeah. So there is that safety in knowing that this, like, it's here to stay. And it's not just because I want it to stay, but it's because God has said. So there's that safety in that. The pressure is, yeah, you can't run away. Me, I run away when problems when problems arise. I want to run back to my mother. So because of that, like knowing that you actually have to put in the work to ensure that it stays. So I feel like that's the pressure. Because I'm like, yeah, especially knowing seasonal and not enjoying, but actually enjoying seasonal friendships. Because me in school, wale tulikuwa toka now primary, we don't talk anymore. I think it's only one. He's in the US that we talk, but it's one year. My high school friends, do I talk to any of my high school friends? We talk, like we get to know how everyone is doing, like just like that. We don't necessarily talk every day, or we're not close anymore. Like Nile on their birthday, tutawishiana happy birthday. Something, but if something went wrong and they called, we of course will show up. But it's not that we are very, so because of always being in seasonal friendships, unlike me, I will be there for the fun. And problems are also like, adios. So now there's that pressure of, actually this has to work. You can't run away when things get hard. You have to work through it. Yeah. What about you?
And I feel like there's a place for those vibes friendships. I think I wouldn't necessarily say if, like, I have vibes friendship.
I am your vibe friendships. I bring the joy into your life.
Wow,
It's true.
I didn't say it's not true, but yeah, I don't know that I think maybe for me, I've always had a knowing that, like, everything is not forever. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's people who have thought, like, yeah, this one, like, it's for life, but not because I imagine, like, oh, we're going to raise our kids together and we're going to, because, like, let's be real, like, even, like, right now, my sister, which, like, that's a more permanent relationship, right? Maybe I would have grown up thinking, like, oh, yeah, you know, we'll live in the same neighborhood and we'll raise our kids together. She's raised her kids while I've been across the world, right? And so, like, even that reality, like, it helps you realize, like, sometimes we put permanence on things that are not even, like, supposed to. And it doesn't mean that you now cannot be intentional in those friendships. It doesn't mean you can't show up for people, because sometimes you might be in a friendship where the only reason you're there is because God said, I need you to walk this person through this journey. It's not about what you will receive out of it. It's not about what you will get out of it. It's you showing up for that person and you being my hands and feet in their life in that season. And so I think for me, I don't know that I've struggled with, like, the seasonality of friendship. And also after my season of isolation, if for whatever reason you were to get up and go, even in my season of isolation, like, I actually got used to life by myself. Like, there's no dramas. You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to, it's just you and Jesus, if you know him. And it's a beautiful journey, I think. And I think it's actually very important, like, the season of isolation, which topic for another day. But yeah, so for me, I wouldn't say that it's like, I feel pressure with the fact that there is purpose and, like, God is like, yeah, this is a thing that, I have more. It's not just about you two, it's about so much more. I think for me, it's actually exciting. Like, I'm the type of person who, like, I love a challenge. I love to be pushed out of my comfort zone. In some ways, yeah. Like, putting a dish on the floor is a challenge. Like, my mind's like, girl. But no,
You made to a challenge.
no, you asked if you're a challenge, and I said, look, you just asked that.
Yes,
No. But yeah, so yeah, I love a challenge. I think also I'm coming to embrace when God, like, where God is leading me. Because if you ask me what my life would look like even 3 months ago, and you told me it would be this, I would have called you crazy. I would have told you, look, you're not hearing from Jesus. Like, you're in your flesh, get thee behind me, like, literally, right? Because I remember actually at the end of the year, we were having a conversation. I was telling her, like, I'm very excited for the first three months of 2026 because I know what it's gonna look like and everything. Because God gave me like a picture, and like it's not that it's not that, but what He didn't disclose was there was so much more, and now I'm like walking in the so much more, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like, yeah, it's embracing. So like for me, I think I'm embracing the journey now towards, okay, we're still gonna have fun. We have our 5-month bucket list, story for another day. We've said story for another day so many times, but
Karibu Mungu 5 months.
yeah, but it's just an exciting journey for me. So I'm excited. Yeah. And yeah, I guess we'll see what more comes out of this journey. And
Anything else you want to share before we close?
I don't think so. I feel like I've talked a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
Really? Yeah. But no, yeah, I don't think
We banter for 3 hours.
that's different.
That's no.
Yeah. But yeah, so I hope like that this was not just about, you listening into our lives. Like I hope you take some things about our journey first with Christ and also about friendship that, yeah, you'll apply to your own lives. Like you should go home and think like, do I have a friend? Because you might be surrounded by 50 people, but you don't have a friend, like even one, like you don't, like for real. And that's a crisis, because this life is hard. And yeah, we all need that, at least one person. You can have more than one, but yeah.
I think the one thing that makes me look at friendship, not like look at friendship, is I usually sit down and think if it was in the mine is it's a very, I promise I cannot, let me not say that alafu nishikwe, but I usually have nakanga najiuliza if I was right now to enter a situation and I ended up being arrested in the middle of the night, who will I call? Let's just say I have 2 people. Wewe mwingine sitamtaja juu kiburi itajaa kwa kichwa kwa sababu but I think that makes me think, so if I was in the middle of a crisis in the middle of the night, who would I call? And I think also friendship is not just like when you're in problems. I feel like we always tunaniningi when you're in problems, but when you are winning, who is happy for you? Because that's also another thing. Like you can have people who are with you in the pits, but they like it when you're in the pits because they're there for you when they're in the pits. Like you need them. But the moment you're winning, who is there cheering you on? He's like, yeah, go get this. I think for me, that's a greater measure of who is really my friend. Because I have seen in situations where things are going well, I'm just like, so this is, I feel like it reveals more the heart of a person than when you're down.
Absolutely.
So yeah, go check if you have friends. If also, okay, I think we're going to talk about this in the next episode about the difference between, okay, you can have a godly friend, but they're not a covenant friend. So also pray and ask God if you feel that you have been wanting friends and other people around you are not meant for you or something, just pray and ask God because He answers prayer. And be open to in whatever form the answer will come. Because me, I didn't think it will come in this form. Wow. No, honestly, I didn't think. So, and because of that, because you might pray and God is like, yeah, the answer is right in front of you, but you're not seeing it because you expect a totally different thing. Because mi ungeniambia ningekuwa rafiki na karibu niseme babi, lakini like no, acha niseme Madam Bougie. Me will be like, no, me and
Bougie. Look, let's pause here. Yeah. And then we'll talk about it in the next episode.
But yeah, so go pray about it. Ask God to show you if the friends around you are really for you. And yeah. Anything else before we close up? So, all right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This episode was just for you to get to know us, get to know our journey and why we're here. And I hope that you've gotten something, and we're going to see you in the next episode. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. If also you've been listening on Spotify, you're not seeing our faces, but yeah. Anyways, please follow. Do whatever people do on Spotify. I actually do not know. I just opened a Spotify account. So I'm like, I don't know what people do, but yeah, do whatever they do. And I hope to see you on our next episode. And yeah, please engage with us in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.